There is something deeply satisfying about the sound of a sharp knife gliding through the skin of a fruit you have never seen before. The gentle crack, the soft thud, the whisper of juice releasing into the air. These are the sounds that have captivated millions of viewers across the world. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, more commonly known as ASMR, has become one of the most searched and consumed content formats on the internet. And when you combine it with the visual and auditory richness of exotic fruits, you create something truly extraordinary. The textures, the colors, the unexpected sounds, every fruit tells its own story through the blade of a knife. This is not just about cutting fruit. This is about creating an experience that reaches through the screen and touches something primal in the human brain. The crinkle of a dragon fruit's outer skin, the dense resistance of a jackfruit, the almost musical pop of a passion fruit being split open. Each of these moments is a sensory gift waiting to be unwrapped. The key to making this kind of content go viral lies in understanding what makes the human nervous system respond with that signature tingling sensation that viewers describe as deeply relaxing, almost hypnotic. It starts with the right environment, the right tools, and the right selection of fruits that most people have never had the pleasure of encountering in their daily lives. Before a single fruit is touched, the environment must be carefully constructed to maximize the auditory and visual impact of every moment. The recording space should be quiet, not just reasonably quiet, but acoustically treated to eliminate any background hum, air conditioning noise, or distant traffic. A high-quality condenser microphone, ideally a binaural setup that mimics the way human ears naturally receive sound, should be positioned close to the cutting board to capture every microscopic detail of the cutting process. The cutting board itself matters enormously. A thick wooden board produces a warmer, more resonant thud when the knife makes contact compared to a plastic board, which can sound hollow and cheap. The knife should be razor sharp. A dull blade drags and tears rather than slices cleanly, and that difference in sound is immediately noticeable to trained ASMR listeners. Lighting should be soft and warm, casting a golden glow over the fruits to make their colors appear vivid and inviting on camera. A 4-camera setup works beautifully for this type of content. One overhead shot capturing the full cutting surface, one close-up on the fruit itself, one side angle to capture the knife movement, and one macro lens focused on the texture and juice release. The visual layering combined with the spatial audio creates an immersive experience that feels almost three-dimensional to the viewer watching through headphones. The fruit selection is where the magic truly begins. Not every exotic fruit is created equal when it comes to ASMR content. The best choices are those that offer a combination of dramatic visual reveals, unexpected textures, and sounds that range from satisfying crunches to delicate drips. Dragon fruit, with its vibrant magenta or yellow exterior covered in green tip scales, produces a beautiful soft slicing sound when cut, and the interior, speckled white or deep red flesh, is visually stunning under good lighting. Rambutan, a small red fruit covered in soft spines, creates a wonderful peeling sound as the outer shell is removed to reveal a translucent grape-like interior. Jackfruit is perhaps the most dramatic of all, a massive, bumpy green exterior that requires significant effort to cut through, producing deep, satisfying thuds and the sticky, sweet aroma that practically radiates through the screen. Durian, the infamous king of fruits, offers an almost theatrical cutting experience. The thick, spiky shell requires a careful, deliberate approach with the knife, and the reveal of the creamy, custard-like pods inside is genuinely cinematic. Mangosteen, with its deep purple rind, produces a satisfying crack when pressed and split, revealing perfectly segmented white flesh inside. Starfruit, or carambola, slices into perfect star shapes that look almost too beautiful to eat. Longan, cherimoya, salak, also known as snake fruit, and Buddha's hand citron each bring their own unique visual and auditory personality to the cutting board. The way a fruit is cut is just as important as the fruit itself. In ASMR content, every movement is deliberate and slow. There is no rushing, no careless hacking. Each cut is a performance. The knife is lifted with intention, positioned with precision, and brought down with a controlled, confident motion that produces the cleanest possible sound. For fruits with thick outer rinds like jackfruit or durian, the initial penetration of the blade is the most dramatic moment, the resistance, the gradual give, the final split. This moment should be captured in real time without any editing cuts, allowing the viewer to experience the full duration of the effort. For smaller fruits like rambutan or longan, the peeling process is where the auditory richness lives, the soft tearing of skin, the gentle squeeze that pops the flesh free, the quiet drip of juice onto the wooden board. Tapping the fruits before cutting them is a beloved technique in ASMR fruit content. The hollow knock of a knuckle against a dragon fruit, the dense thud against a jackfruit, the almost ceramic ring of a tapping against a chilled mangosteen. These sounds prime the viewer's senses and build anticipation before the cut. Slicing fruits into thin, even pieces creates a rhythmic, almost musical sequence of sounds that is deeply satisfying to listen to on repeat. The consistency of the cuts, the evenness of the spacing, the gentle fan of slices laid out on the board. These visual and auditory details elevate the content from simple food preparation to genuine artistry. Once the footage is captured, the post-production process is where good content becomes great content. The audio should be processed with minimal compression to preserve the natural dynamics of each sound. The soft moments should remain soft, and the louder impacts should retain their full punch without clipping or distortion. A gentle high-pass filter can remove any low-frequency rumble without affecting the warmth of the wooden cutting board sounds. The video should be color-graded to enhance the natural vibrancy of the fruits, deepening the magentas of the dragon fruit, brightening the yellows of the star fruit, enriching the deep purples of the mangosteen. The pacing of the edit is critical. Unlike traditional food content that moves quickly from one moment to the next, ASMR content thrives on extended moments. A single cut might be shown from 3 different angles in slow motion, allowing the viewer to absorb every detail of the juice spray, the flesh separation, the knife exit. Titles and text overlays should be minimal and elegant, simply naming the fruit in a clean, understated font so that viewers unfamiliar with the fruit can identify what they are seeing without breaking the sensory immersion. Thumbnail design is one of the most important factors in driving clicks. A close-up image of the most visually dramatic fruit reveal, with rich colors and sharp focus, will outperform a generic wide shot every time. Uploading at peak viewing hours, typically between 7 in the evening and 10 in the evening in the target audience's time zone, and using a carefully researched set of tags combining ASMR, exotic fruits, satisfying videos, and food cutting will significantly improve the discoverability of the content. Engaging with early commenters in the first hour after upload signals to the platform's algorithm that the content is generating active discussion, which accelerates its distribution to new audiences. The combination of high-quality sensory content, strategic post-production, and smart platform behavior creates the conditions for a video to move beyond its initial audience and reach the kind of organic sharing momentum that defines truly viral content. Every detail, from the sharpness of the knife to the warmth of the lighting to the timing of the upload, contributes to a final product that does not just attract viewers, it holds them, relaxes them, and brings them back again and again.